What is up, everybody? This is Big B, and this is the very first edition of the Run In Podcast. With me today, and will always be with me, is my beautiful co-host Barbie. Say what's up to everybody, Barbie.
Hey guys.
So basically, what I want to let everybody know is what we're doing is we're just basically running down topics in WWE that we want to share our opinions about, our thoughts on. Opinions like assholes. Everybody had one. And, we just want to give our thoughts out there. Feel free to debate, argue, whatever you want in the comments. I know trolls are going to hate. I know I'm going to see a couple of you. And that's okay. I expect criticism. Nobody gets perfect, reactions on everything. But right now, this is just a trial and error thing. So let us know in the comments if there's something that we need to do differently, something we need to talk about. If you've done a podcast before, any advice, go ahead and throw that out there. But first off, what I want to get into, Jimmy Uso, Naomi, got pulled over by the police. Jimmy Uso actually got arrested, and Naomi was driving the wrong direction on the highway. Apparently, Jimmy Uso thought his wife was doing no wrong and preventing her justice from driving on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
Jumped out of the car, squared up to a police officer. The police is so feared for his life that he has to pull a taser.
Who says shivery's dead?
On him, and at that point, I'm just trying to run through my head, what the heck is going through his head? For him to, jump out of a car and square up on a police officer like he was going to do something.
That's just full-blown drunken confidence.
Too much confidence. And, one thing that really, irritated me about the whole situation was that WWE releases a statement and said Jimmy Uso is responsible for his own actions, which, like I said, I get that. He's a man. He's responsible for everything he does in life, the choices that he makes. But at what point does WWE need to step in and do something? Because this man just got out of a car drunk, tried to assault a police officer. He got arrested for obstruction. And the WWE is well, he's still going to be at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view against Shane and The Miz for the tag title. And it's okay, I get that because, it's too close to try to do anything else, to try to work in any other plan.
One of the few things you don't do to a cop, he tried to do. So,
one of the few things.
Yeah, there's a short list of things you just don't try with a cop. I don't know if he was just trying to check something off or what, but...
But he and, Naomi is what I heard is hoping to get fired so that way they can just go ahead and leave the company.
Yeah, there's a report from, it says Fox News, that they are trying to get fired, that way they can go to WWE. And the quote is, Uso and his wife want to be fired by the WWE, so this arrest might be the shoe that drops.
We'll see. I mean, is this the point to where the Uso definitely don't sign their contract? As in, they just jump ships and, everybody's going, in the comments, oh, they're not going to go to AEW. I'm not saying they are going to AEW, but that's the new biggest hot commodity out there right now. Will they jump ships and go to AEW over this? Because they ain't signed contracts yet.
Yeah, but did you have to fight a cop? There are easier ways to get fired. As we've seen in, classic comedies like The Office, you could just take a dump on your boss's car. I'm sure that would do it.
But see, the thing about that is, if Jimmy were to go out and drop trowel on Vince McMahon's car, Vince McMahon would have probably found it hilarious because he's known to do ribs like that all the time. So I don't know if that would have got him fired. Vince McMahon would have probably went and took a bigger shit on his car.
Always has to be the bigger man, huh?
The genetic jackhammer. So.
Oh, God.
But I mean, maybe this is a thing that definitely signifies that they're definitely, not signing contracts, so they're definitely not winning at Elimination Chamber, which I didn't think they were going to win Elimination Chamber anyway, but this may be the thing that makes the straw that breaks the camel's back right here, and this definitely may not make them sign contracts, but this also might be the thing that makes WWE ante up, and the Usos actually sign contracts oh man, I just got drunk, almost assaulted the police officer, went to jail. This is my third time, being arrested for Jimmy Uso. And he's probably well, maybe I should sign contracts again because they're not doing anything about this.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's WWE's ploy is to get the Usos like this and be like, okay, we did nothing. We just gave you a slap on the wrist. You're still in the tag title match. We're not going to punish you. This is why you need to sign contracts with us.
What if it's like a work? Because
I'm pretty sure it wasn't a word that he got arrested.
I know, but they're probably going to use it to their advantage. They play these badass dudes, the Uso Penitentiary. What if it's like, yeah, I went to jail for fighting a cop? Like, that just adds to character.
Well, WWE has been known to throw some really horrendous storylines in. The Katie Vick angle and Triple H is humping a mannequin.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they've been known to play on some angles like that, and I mean, who really knows? I mean, we don't know for sure. I wish I was in the know, but I mean, we're not. Another order of business that I want to discuss that I want to give my thoughts on is the Undertaker was posted on social media that he was on a jet, that he was going to an undisclosed location for a very important meeting. Then, after everything had broke, it's StarrCast 2 he's going to be appearing at, which is coincidentally the same weekend as A&EW, Double or Nothing.
You messed that up.
Yes, I did. But AEW, Double or Nothing.
There you go.
Pay-per-view.
Look how that worked out.
And I want to know, though, is... Because he took everything off social media the last time that I saw and I've heard.
Yeah.
He had took everything off of social media, mentioning WWE.
Which is something weird.
It really is.
You know he's going to be a Hall of Famer in the future, or very, near future. You don't take off the company. You don't scrub it clean from the people that made you a household name and a Hall of Famer.
And that's very true. And
that's
also,
biting the hand that feeds.
He's also put on there that he's accepted $25,000 an hour, what I think I read, for his time for non-WWE appearances and booking.
Holy crap, I'm in the wrong career.
So, therefore, he may have had AEW put him a offer out there that he couldn't refuse for a one, off appearance, because apparently AEW has this,
It's like a newfound mafia.
AEW has the money to offer people. Look at Jericho's contract. This is what has WWE shaking in their boots, that everybody's going to jump ship because apparently they have money to blow. So, you never know. We could see the gong hit and Undertaker walk out AEW, and I doubt it. I don't want people in the comments to go, oh man, this dude's stupid. But, you just never know.
What if it's like a twist and he's debuting a new character?
He can't debut a new character. He's the Undertaker.
I know.
Even though in WCW he was Mean Mark Calloway, and I think when he was wrestling in Texas in the independent scenes, he was known as Booger Red or something like that. Booger Red. I'm not sure. Somebody in the comments if they can clarify that. I'm not sure. I know that he was something in the independent when he was wrestling in Texas. I'm not really sure, but. I think we have.
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
That's so bad.
I thought so. I thought so. I thought I remember seeing something like that a long time ago.
Yeah, that is so bad. That's not badass at all.
But, I mean, is this Undertaker, has he finally made his last appearance or wrestled his last match in WWE? And, unless he gets on the Hall of Fame ballot and just shows up for that. But is this the last time that we see Undertaker performing in the WWE? Even though they have more Saudi Arabia shows coming up, and more Blood Money shows.
I'm not trying to be mean, but they've said it's his last match for a couple of years now.
It was supposed to be with the Roman Reigns thing. Then he came out and did his little 3-minute thing against John Cena. And then he wrestled Rusev at the Greatest Royal Rumble, I think. And then he wrestled Shawn Michaels and Triple H when he tagged with Kane at the Crown Jewel. That was an awful match.
It was. It was just a bunch of old men being slow.
And half of the time they didn't know where they were going. There was confusion on what they were supposed to do. Triple H gets hurt. Kane loses his mask. Like Shawn Michaels lands on his head. I mean, all in all, it's nostalgia feeling. I love the nostalgia feeling. That's like the best thing ever because I grew up in the Attitude Era.
It only goes so far, though.
It really does only go so far. It's cool when you see The Undertaker come out, but then when you see The Undertaker come out and he's wrestling the match and it's been 30 minutes and this man is huffing and puffing about dead, it really is like, oh man, dude, this ain't the same anymore.
Well, it's just like his entrance. when you're younger and it was the Attitude Era and he took like the slow walk to the stage and you're like, holy shit, he's like about to mess somebody up. And now you're older and you're like, oh, that's not why he was doing it. It just takes him that long to walk down to the ring.
He's going to need some oxygen before he gets into the ring.
Yeah.
And I'm no way, shape, or form dissing the Undertaker. I'm an Undertaker fan, but I mean, nostalgia, like you said, only goes so far. It can only go so far. And I hope that they give this old man a rest. I really, really do. I mean, I can't talk.
I honestly thought you were going to make a rest in peace joke.
No, I'm not.
I'm so glad you didn't.
I'm not going to go that cheesy, especially in the first episode. But I really, really hope that they give him, a break. And granted that, he's 54, 55, can do, 100,000% more stuff than I can do in a ring or ever dream of doing in a ring. I hope they give him a rest. And his career, he's done great. He definitely Hall of Fame career.
Yeah, just
more than deserving. So, but I really, really hope that they just give him some time away from the ring. Just let him make his $25,000 an hour and sign some people's autographs, and he just rides off into the sunset like a cowboy.
Isn't that what everybody wants? Just give me $25,000 and I'll ride off into the sunset as well.
I don't know. Sometimes I do a lot more for $25,000.
You have low self-esteem, though.
Next up on the business is Kofi Kingston. I don't know if you saw this on Tuesday Night SmackDown, but he put on a clinic, stole the show. He was in there, it felt like for hours. I know SmackDown's only a 2-hour show, but it felt like he was in there for hours. He eliminated Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy, and the gauntlet match they had all the chamber members that's going to be in the title match. And he was replacing Mustafa Ali, who was out with a concussion. He just, like I said a minute ago, he just stole the show. That's what he did. And AJ finally come out, and after Joe had put him in the clutch and, had him put to sleep on the outside of the ring, AJ's like, hey, you proved yourself, you belong here, you showed us all that, you don't have to do this no more.
Yeah.
And then Kofi just uses that pancake power that jumps right up, and he's like, I've been waiting 11 years for this, ain't nobody gonna take this from me, fight me. AJ did end up eliminating him, but everyone in the arena gave him a standing ovation because of the show that he put on.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about that because me and you are going to a live event just in a week
February
or 2?
25th.
Yeah, just a week or 2. And I want to see some awesome things happen.
Well, it is a live event. Not really, they're not going to be doing any storylines that you see on TV. But, I mean, there have been times where, cool, storylines, but that's where they test out stuff.
Yeah.
To see. That's why their next topic is coming up in a second. That's why they're doing it there at a live event before they put it on TV.
Yeah.
But out of all of this, I think Kofi Kingston deserves the main event push, and some can argue that's what he's getting because of the gauntlet match that he just did, and he's in the Elimination Chamber. Some can argue that that's what he's getting. I want it to be, maybe further a little bit. I would like to see Kofi Kingston, hell, give him a title run. I mean, he deserves it. He's been there 11 years. He has put in work all 11 years. He, like he just did with the gauntlet match. He was the Iron Man. He stole the show of that gauntlet match over. AJ Styles was in this match. Samoa Joe was in this match. Daniel Bryan was in this match. Some really good pro wrestlers was in this match, and he just stole the show over them.
That's what worries me, though, is, in my opinion, I don't think Kofi Kingston is going to get that push. I'm afraid he's going to be in the New Day until the end of his career.
Well, see, and that is fun. He can be in the New Day and, still have, the title. He doesn't have to, and that's where the misconception comes from a lot of people, and the misconception comes from the WWE. I don't know why the WWE thinks that in order to push a guy that they have to break up the tag team. That doesn't have to happen. Kofi can get a main event push, get the title, and still be in the tag team. I don't understand why people think, Kofi's getting that main event push. There goes the New Day. No, it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, but I'm just...
And, if anything, give him the United States title. At least he's going to be there more than... R-Truth, I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks.
Poor R-Truth. I think he's suffering from an injury right now, isn't he?
He might be. I don't know, because I know Nia Jax legitimately hurt him in that Men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I read in an article that he was legitimately I'm not even going to
legitimately
injured. Yes, there you go. Thank you.
Well, if so, why the hell did they give him the title in the first place? What was the point of that?
And
I mean, just because Nia Jax injured him, I mean, basically.
Yeah, and if he is hurt, then, most people have had to relinquish their titles for major things. And...
Exactly.
If he's not coming back for a while...
That's the point in Take right there. Everybody, is thinking, the United States title is dead in the water anyway. There's nothing they can do to bring prestige back to that. It's dead. I mean, on a tombstone, it should read 1969 or 79, whenever it first came out. Till 2019, RIP, that thing is buried. The last time it was relevant was when John Cena was doing his open challenge.
The U.S. title, it says it was debuted in 1975.
75.
But it is the internet, and you should not trust everything you read on the internet.
If somebody in the comments knows a little bit more about that than I do, I can't remember. I thought it was either 69 or 79. It might be 75 when the United States Championship was first brought up. And
it says date established January 1st, 1975.
If that's true, I mean, in 1975 to 2019, because that title's dead in the water. I mean, that's it. There's nothing they could do for that poor title anymore. Like I said, last time it was relevant was when John Cena was doing his open challenge. And I don't really much care for John Cena. It's not John Cena as a person, it's John Cena as a character that I don't like.
Oh, I don't like him as a person either.
But he made that title relevant. He was there every week. He gave an open challenge. He put on hell of a matches. So it was relevant at that time. And then now it's just getting tossed around.
It's
and
like
now R-Truth has it, for God's sake.
Names out of a hat. Oh, who gets it this week?
I mean, that's true. That's the way it works right now. But in the topic right there, we touched on this a little bit about what they do at a live event to test things out. One of the things that they're thinking about doing is an intergender match with Nia Jax and Dean Ambrose.
That's stupid.
It was supposed to be done at the Arkansas live event, but they're like, oh, we're not going to do that. We're going to pull it for right now. Then they're like, okay, well, we're going to think about doing it again. We're going to do it at this live event. Problem that I have with it is they feel like they're forcing it. Also, Nia Jax is the only legitimate woman that you could see fighting a man. And if something happens, like, oh, Nia Jax beat him. Oh, well, I could see Nia Jax beating Dean Ambrose. But if Dean Ambrose is beating up Nia Jax, I'm not going to really, have a problem with it, because I know that it's a scripted show and it's different. Nia Jax is bigger than Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, she's a strong woman.
Yeah, and that's not a stab at Nia Jax. Big women are beautiful, skinny women are beautiful. It's not body shaming her or nothing. She's just, a bigger person than Dean Ambrose is. So if Dean Ambrose, puts her in a DDT and slams her head on the mat and everything, it's different than versus Dean Ambrose putting Bliss in a DDT and slamming her onto the mat.
It would seem so uncomfortable. It would be like, almost as watching like a domestic dispute. Like this big burly man is just knocking around this poor girl.
Really, and even though like I stated a second ago, even though it is scripted wrestling, a scripted TV show, it still would be a little bit uncomfortable to watch Dean Ambrose throw Bliss around the ring and do all these moves to her versus him and Nia Jax. And
yeah, because there's still emotion involved, and you're like, okay, it's really uncomfortable.
Really?
She's too tiny for that.
And I mean, I can even see Tamina as well. Like Nia Jax, I can even see Tamina, fighting men and everything, because she has that, body build and everything as well. But that's the problem I have with it, is they're just pinpointing out Nia Jax just because of her body build. Which, I mean, I guess if she's okay with it, and it's a fantastic opportunity for her, ride with it.
I just wish it had more of a backstory.
I do too.
As to why.
Other than the fact of, oh, what's the backstory to this? Well, I came out in the men's, Royal Rumble, eliminated Mustafa Ali, and took a bunch of moves from the other guys, and here I am.
Yeah, why Dean Ambrose, though?
Exactly. Well, I mean, even though I know she walked out while Dean Ambrose was leaving the ring on Monday Night Raw, and, they kind of just had a face-off.
Yeah, you don't
what was the
fight
point
a
of
guy
that?
for looking at him.
Yeah, really.
Not unless you're super drunk like Uso, so...
But that's the way WWE is, and that's part of the reason why people don't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know there's still some people that watch it. Over 2 million people are still watching it every week on a Monday night, but I'm one of them. Will always probably be one of them, no matter how much I say I'm not tuning in next week because of something they did. But it's just part of WWE's problem. They don't have no consistency. They don't have anything going on with storylines. They don't have anything entertaining. Like, the most entertaining thing they have right now is our next topic coming up, and that is the Charlotte, Rousey, Becky Lynch feud.
You can get out of here with that Charlotte crap.
I can't really wrap my head around why you dislike Charlotte so much.
I dislike Charlotte because of who her daddy is. I cannot stand Ric Flair, and I know there's going to be people in the comments dissing me and just probably calling me every name in the book. I cannot stand them. She's uppity, and it feels like she's just had everything handed to her.
And that's the argument that a lot of people are talking about with Charlotte having everything handed to her. And it's one of my points in this topic is, from a fan standpoint, everything that happened with Vince adding her to a match, it pisses you off and disappointed you because you like, okay, I'm ready for Becky and Rousey. I'm ready for one-on-one. If Becky beats her, like, everybody's going to come unglued in that arena, at home, wherever they're watching it, however they're watching it, they're going to lose their shit. Me, I got up out of my chair. I was so upset. I was cussing the TV, about threw the tablet through the TV. And then
got blocked by WWE.
you made an Instagram post and wasn't very nice Instagram post.
Said something about Charlotte Flair and Ric Flair and was promptly blocked. Leave it at that.
But from a fan standpoint, pissed. From a business standpoint, after I calmed down and I reevaluated and thought about everything, it's genius. Vince is sometimes a genius. No matter how bad we talk about him or how much we, talk crap against WWE, Vince sometimes is a genius and know what he's doing.
I really doubt that. It's just like CM Punk said, he's a millionaire that should be a billionaire. And
then turn that is true. He's a millionaire that should be a billionaire. He basically is now. But he had a stroke of genius that night. Everything that is going on with Charlotte. Everyone's saying, hey, Charlotte's the new Roman Reigns 2.0. She's Vince's golden girl. She gets everything handed to her. So what does Vince do? He comes out and feeds all the trolls and everything. And she comes out like Charlotte's going to be replacing Becky. She's going to go win the title. He just chose her to choose her. So he did that because of what everybody else is saying. Also, in this match, it was always rumored to be a triple threat match ever since Rousey and Lynch had been rumored to take place at WrestleMania and probably even main event the show. You needed the definitive heel in this situation. Enter Charlotte. They were never ever going to, turn Rousey heel, ever. There's too much name, fortune in her name's sake for her to be a babyface.
I know, but she's supposed to be the baddest woman on the planet.
She really is.
That's a whole other thing with me with her.
I mean, it is with me too and everything. She's supposed to be, like you just said, she's supposed to be this baddest woman on the planet. But yet, they're portraying her as this goody-goody, baby face, coming out and hugging children, giving, people gifts, smiling, waving, coming out to an upbeat rock song called Bad Reputation. She needs to come out to something, more hardcore style music and not talk and not wave to the fans, not even acknowledge them or act like maybe like a female Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Because if she's supposed to be the baddest woman on the planet, how are you supposed to be the baddest woman on the planet if you stopping and taking pictures and hugging children on your way down to the ring to whoop somebody's ass?
Loving on sick puppies and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't go with it.
It doesn't. And I think that one of the things that WWE need to change, they'll never turn her heel because, like I said, there's too much money in her namesake for her to be a babyface. Becky is the most over person in the company right now.
Yeah, you couldn't hate Becky if you tried.
Yeah, she's not going to be heel. Enter Charlotte. Somebody has to take the pin. Once again, enter Charlotte. My thoughts is Becky was always planned to win this match, but that's why it was rumored to be a triple threat all along. It's because Rousey is not going to take a pin. Rousey is not going to submit. They're not going to make her look any less credible, than anything. So therefore, Charlotte takes the pin. Becky wins the title. Charlotte gets the pin. Rousey technically didn't lose because she didn't get pinned. Therefore, she looks strong as she ever did. So that way, when she comes back after her little break that she's rumored to take after WrestleMania, she's still Rousey. She didn't lose. She still looks strong. She still has the credibility with the fans. That's my take on it. I could be wrong. People in the comments, let me know. I mean, that's just my take on it. I think that Becky wins the title. I really, really do.
One step at a time, because WrestleMania is coming up quick, and they still have to do something that has Becky coming out at WrestleMania.
They'll do something. They have to do something.
Yeah, something has to start happening.
Because that was the point of what was the whole situation of having the Royal Rumble. Yeah. The Women's Royal Rumble. What was the whole point of that?
Not unless we're just taking dumps on things now.
Just like, what was the whole point of the Women's Royal Rumble last year? Asuka won it, went and fought Charlotte. She didn't even win. And Charlotte, ended her undefeated streak. That was like 200 and something, wins. Somebody in the comment, let me know. But I think 200 and something wins she had before Charlotte beat her. And then now she's Asuka's women's champion on SmackDown, and we don't even see her. She doesn't even have a feud going into Elimination Chamber, and for all I know, she doesn't have a feud lined up going into Fastlane.
Okay, the undefeated streak for Asuka was ending a 914-day streak.
914-day streak.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. A 914-day streak for what? She won the Royal Rumble. She goes to fight Charlotte, so that way Vince's Golden Girl can look strong, and she beats the undefeated one, the Empress, at WrestleMania.
Once again, everything handed to her.
And that's the process where everybody is, turning on Charlotte. Nobody cheers Charlotte that I see anymore, except for when she does the occasional woo, trying to pop off of her daddy's name.
Yeah.
And that's another problem people have with her. She is, everybody loves to hate her, is what I'm trying to say. Everybody loves to hate her.
I know she's Ric Flair's daughter, but why not branch off and make your own legacy? Don't take your dad's catchphrase. Don't take your dad's entrance. Don't take your dad's this, and this. Why not be your own woman and just go out there and own it? But you're going to use daddy's name, you're going to use daddy's money, you're going to use everything. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, if they want to do that, and I'm a Becky Lynch fan, had been since before this whole turn that they did, if they're going to do that, they need to do the same thing with Becky, because they're trying so hard to portray her as this modern era female Stone Cold.
Yeah.
They're even running the same type of angles with it. Stephanie and Becky, Stephanie's like, oh, I'm caring about your well-being, you need to get your knee looked at. Vince did the same thing with Stone Cold when he was supposed to fight Owen Hart.
Yeah, you fight the boss.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're hurt, I'm cared about your well-being, I don't think you should wrestle if you're not medically cleared, and then boom, there you go. Which, leading on to that, fighting the boss, it's been rumored that Stephanie McMahon and Becky is supposed to take place at SummerSlam this year. So I think we're about ready to have the boss feud again. They're trying so hard to make her the new Stone Cold. Don't do that, just let her be Becky. Don't try. Because if they try, they're going to end up doing what they always do, messing up. People's going to feel like it's getting forced down their throat, and then they're going to turn on Becky quick.
Yeah, and she won't be a fan favorite in the next couple weeks.
Exactly. Just let her do what she's been doing, and just go with that. Do not try to force feed us anything. We are not children, even though there's some children watching, WWE. Yeah. That's who they appease to now. Just let it happen. Don't throw it in her face. Don't say, oh, Becky's getting cheered. People's comparing her to Stone Cold. Well, let's run out there and do what, Vince and Stone Cold did, 20, 30 years ago. Let's go out there or 20 years ago, 20 years ago, and let's do them and give them the Attitude Era, except with Becky, and let's have it with Stephanie, and I don't really want to see that again.
Yeah.
If I wanted to see it again, I'll go to the WWE Network, $9.99. First subscribers get a 30-day free trial. But I'll go to the WWE Network and I'll watch it anytime I want. I don't want to see it happen with Becky. I want to see new, exciting, refreshing storylines and feuds is what I want to see.
Yeah.
So.
And I totally get that.
But everybody, I want to thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. We're hopefully going to be doing more podcasts here pretty soon. We're probably going to be doing my beautiful co-host Barbie is probably going to be coming out with a gaming and also a makeup podcast. We're probably going to be doing other podcasts such as movies and other things. I'm not, really that sure what we're going to be doing, but I do know the gaming and the makeup is coming from her here very soon, so watch out for that. I'm going to be doing movies and possibly other types of sports like football, basketball, maybe NASCAR, anything like that in between. I'll probably be covering AEW when it starts coming out and really gaining traction.
We promise we won't be this amateur in the future. We're working on getting better equipment.
Better equipment, we're learning how to do this better, so, just stick with it, and I promise you'll have fun with us. If you have any kind of advice, any kind of complaint, compliment, any kind of criticism, just let us know in the comments. We're not going to take it to heart. Everybody needs room for improvement, no matter how great they think they are.
Not me, I'm perfect.
Come on, well, you got a perfect body, I'll give you that. But,
Why?
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to the very first edition of the Run-In Podcast, and we hope that you tune in for future episodes. I am Big B. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this channel. Also, follow us on Instagram. Me at Big B912. Her at GossipBobby25. Say bye to the people, Barbie.
Bye, people.
Peace out, bitches.
Yeah.